Joining me now here in Washington, Senate Republican Whip John Thune of South Dakota, who's running to replace Mitch McConnell when he steps down as GOP leader in November. One of three individuals who are said to be interested in this spot. Sir, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Good to have
Martha.
you with
nice
us
to be
today.
with you, as always.
I just want to go back and play something that President Biden said when he was running for president, and then show some of the graphics behind what has actually happened since then. Watch this.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
You should come, said the now president. And look at what happened. They came. Look at these numbers as we put them up for you. The right-hand side of your screen is under the Biden administration. Senator Thune, thank you very much for being here. So the president asked people to come. They came in huge numbers. We saw that man wearing a Biden-Harris T-shirt saying, I'm wearing this so I can get in. Right. What do you expect tonight?
Well, I mean, obviously, people respond to incentives. And what this administration did by reversing all the Trump administration policies on the border is hang a big welcome sign out. And so people are coming here in droves illegally. And, you know, we've seen since he became president a total of about 9 million people, 3 million a year, who have come here illegally. And a good portion of those are what are known as gotaways. So they didn't catch them. They don't know who's in that group. But we do know this. Last year, there were 169 people on the terrorist watch list who came into this country illegally, were apprehended at the border, and who knows how many of the gotaways might have been on the terrorist watch list as well. So I don't have high expectations that he's going to do anything to fix this, Martha. I think this is baked in, and I think it's just a huge dereliction of duty on the part of this president.
I mean, talk about incentives, though.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his numbers.
Right.
If that's not a political incentive to do something and to change gears, I don't know what is. I mean, you know, you look back, here's what Bill Clinton did when his election was on the line in 1995, and this was also an issue back then. Here's what he said at the same point in his presidency for the State of the Union. Watch.
We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country.
All over the country, other places are rightly disturbed by what they see. Why wouldn't President Biden say that? And I would venture to guess at that time he probably agreed with everything that Bill Clinton said.
Right. Well, I don't often find myself agreeing with what former President Clinton says either. But in this case, I think the President Biden, he has to acknowledge that the last 3 years have been a bust. I mean, so I think right now he's in a situation politically where he's going to be held accountable for this either way, and he should be. I mean, it's baked in with the American people. They understand what's happened. They know that there was operational control of the border under President Trump. As soon as Biden takes office, he reverses all the executive actions, including, you know, repealing the state of emergency at the southern border. And what we've seen since, as I said, 9 million people in 3 years. Just crushing the record.
He's going to blame you.
Well, he's going to
blame the Senate. He's going to say they have to fix this on Capitol Hill.
Well, the truth is he has all the authority he needs, as President Trump proved when he was in office. The Remain in Mexico policy, ending catch and release. I think there are some things that Congress could do in terms of reforming the asylum process. But he has paroled 22 times the number of people that the Trump administration paroled per month. Those are people that when they come in here and get caught, they're just being waved into the country. I mean, there's no way you can defend this. There is no excuse for it. It is a problem of his own making, and I think the American people are going to hold him to account for it. They should.
Well, he completely ignores Laken Riley, and she's just one person. There are many others who've been killed by people who came to the country, then committed a crime. Even if it's as small as shoplifting, that's it. You broke your deal, right? I mean, if you come here illegally, you break your deal when you break the law and should be sent back very quickly. You endorsed former President Trump this week. You haven't always been a huge supporter, a huge fan, and you were hoping that Tim Scott was going to get that nomination. Why did you decide, and was that a difficult decision for you?
Well, not really. I mean, it became clear to me he was going to become the nominee. And right now, we've got to put a stop to the Biden-Schumer agenda. I mean, it's as simple as that. And this is a choice for the American people. It's going to be Donald Trump or Joe Biden. And if you look at the Biden record on inflation, on open borders, on less energy independence than we had before in the previous and the Trump administration, weakened posture when it comes to America's strength abroad, those are all things that this president is going to be held accountable for. And things that we've got to change if we get the control and we get the presidency, and I hope that we do.
Do you expect to be the Senate majority leader, I'm sure is what you're hoping. Do you expect that you're going to get that job, and will you be elected to it by your fellow senators?
Well, it's an election that the senators vote on. We'll see. I hope so. I mean, I'm going to make an argument that we need a new generation of conservative, consistent, principled leadership that empowers individual Republican senators. You're going to hear from one of them tonight in the response to the State of the Union. We've got a great team. We're excited about the future. We think with a Republican president, we can get a lot done for the future of this country and for the American people.
Senator Thune, thank you. Always good to see you. We'll be watching.
Thanks, Martha.
Thanks for coming in today.
Nice to be with you.
You too.